We are here for presenting a mind map based on the poem Amanda. Amanda is a beautiful poem written by Robin Klein. Robin Klein is an Australian author who composed books for children. Actually, Amanda is a Latin name which means lovable or worthy of love. But in this poem, the meaning is really contrasted. The characters of the poem Amanda. There are mainly two characters. The first character is Amanda. Amanda is a little middle-aged, about 8 to 12 year girl, which is school going boy. And she was born from her mother's name. And the second character is most probably Amanda's mother. Amanda's mother really had nagging behavior, who is always instructing Amanda and finding faults within it. The poetic devices which are used in this poem. First is metaphor. Silence is golden, number 1. Freedom is sweet, number 2. Language and emergency, number 3. Second poetic device, allusion. There are two characters, Mermaid and Rapunzel, which are taken from the fairy tales, and the Rapunzel is a character from the German fairy tales. Alliteration, number 1. Stop the slouching and
So explain what is an allusion. What is that poetic term allusion?
Allusion is a poetic device which is used to represent a fairy or a character from a history or a character's to person.
Reference basically.
And second is stop the slouching at one Amanda. There is another poetic device. Bracket is used in the stanza 2, 4, 6 of the poem, which represent the inner thoughts of the Amanda.
There is example of alliteration, right?
Stop the slouching and sit the step. S.
Example of alliteration. Stop that. So beginning word starts from starts with a vowel or consonant or consonant. That is alliteration. So tell me what is the difference between alliteration and consonant?
So alliteration is one letter is repeated. It can be vowel or letter.
Alliteration can be vowel or consonant. Is it so? तो नेक्स्ट क्लास में आज किसी को एक टास्क करके आना है. द टास्क इज यू आर सपोज टू राइट द मीनिंग ऑफ एलिट्रेशन, कॉन्सोनेंट्स एंड एसोनेंट्स along with example, right? Take move on.
Summary. The poem is about a small girl named Amanda who is constantly nagged by her mother. She feels trapped. Her imagination is not given enough space, which makes her angry. She even wishes to be an orphan. Her angry makes her moody. A useful pupil. Children should have enough freedom to be themselves once they learn the rules. Again, children should have enough freedom to be themselves once they learn the rules. By Anna Wintour. I would like to do this something a process for them.
Thank you, Aditya, for giving me this opportunity. And now, as Aditya said that Amanda was constantly nagged by her mother. Right? See some examples. How Amanda's mother nagged or scolded her about the following things. First, Amanda is instructed to not to eat chocolates and to clean her room as well as shoes. She continuously asks her to sit properly and to not bite her nails. Amanda is also asked to finish her homeworks. Amanda is also pointed out for not to paying attention to her mother and for her asking and moody behavior. So, as from this part, we know that Amanda was constantly nagged by her mother. So, see some examples. First, her mother nagged her that don't bite your nails, Amanda. Stop slouching, sit up properly, and don't hunch your shoulders. But Amanda was bored from these things. She was just lost in his own world, in her own world. Like there is a emerald sea, and she became say mermaid and drifting gracefully in the sea. And after that also, Amanda's mother continuously nagged her. How? Like don't eat chocolates, Amanda. Just remember your acne, Amanda. Like that. And you are not paying attention towards me. But Amanda was fully bored of these things and she was just lost in her own world and thinking, she even thinks that if she was an orphan and roaming on the streets and drawing patterns with soft dust, with harsh and bad feet, etc. And like, I am Rapunzel, I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I will certainly never let down my pride like that. She want to be an Rapunzel. What is Rapunzel? Rapunzel is a character from the German fairy tale who lives alone in the tower, and she was alone, so she was free. She feels freedom without any restriction, etc. Like, she wants also that without life, without restrictions, being more freedom, etc. Like that. Like, don't eat the chocolates, Amanda. Like, Amanda's mother consciously nagged her that don't eat that, don't do this, not to do that things, etc. And at last, you are always so moody, Amanda, and you are not paying attention towards me, Amanda, and like Amanda, and anyone would think that I nag at you, Amanda. Is Amanda's mother nagged her? According to her mother, what is the answer? But actually, she nagged her. So,
Escapism is one way to run away from harsh reality. Amanda deals with this unpleasant situation by living in her fantasy worlds, where she can live free and happy. Morals. The poem gives a message that people shouldn't restrict their children's freedom to such an extent that they feel restricted.
parents should become responsible for the proper upbringing of a child, but should ensure not to make them feel imprisoned or insecure.
Children should never be afraid, deprived of their freedom.
And this is a sincere request to all of you. Don't be like Amanda's governance and governance in the office.
So if you were in Amanda's position, would you like to be nagged, or would you continue to think yourself to be involved in those kind of fairy tales that Amanda herself was used to?
Seriously. Seriously.
Which one would you like to have? If you are given a choice, either to be nagged by your mother or was told you that you can imagine whatever kind of fairy tale or whatever kind of characterization that you may do of yourself by thinking of certain fairy tales, what would you choose?
So it is better to merge in the thoughts of fantasy than to being led by
It is better to
merge in the dream world of fantasy. Like
so you want to live in unrealistic things.
if I need,
Have you seen behavior of emotionally disturbed children?
yes,
Do you know how they do? They are often engaged in fairy thinking. They often fantasize. They would sit somewhere else, away from people. They would not listen to what teacher is saying or what everybody else is saying. Okay? They will just engage in their thinking, fairy thinking. So there are two ways of it. Sometimes it needs to be tracked, okay, and at the same time there is a tendency of mind, okay, something called psychologically stream of consciousness, okay. Many novels have been written on this theme also, stream of consciousness, stream of consciousness. That means your mind will not stay at a particular place. Your mind will drift. Right now your mind is in mesh. Then your mind is in auto stand. then your mind is in Parampur. Okay, so your mind continues to fluctuate. Okay, so that is also reality. Another psychological concept is also there. The concept of attention span. What is attention span? Like for example, let's say for example, I have the attention span of 2-3 minutes of looking at a topic or anything. So I can concentrate on a topic for 2-3 minutes. But in your case, let's say for example, you can concentrate only for 1 minute. So everybody has different attention spans. So while trying to, we should train people not by nagging, but by giving training. Better training we should give as to how they can concentrate their minds or how they can pay attention, right? So, understood? Any question from anyone? Anybody wants to put any question? Okay, fine.
Thank you, sir.